What is going on, everyone? It is Tyler McKinney back here again, and we are going to get back into the XFL. For those of you that thought football is over, it's just getting started, baby. All right, if it's your first time here, hey, I'm glad to have you. If you're a return viewer, thanks for coming back and thanks for watching more videos. And if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. All right, let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and let's look at things. We are literally in week 1. We are the week of games because right around the corner on Saturday, we have our first 2 XFL games, and it is exciting, and we've got some exciting news. Stuff just keeps coming out, so we're going to cover that today, but also I've got some more information for you guys. Some things are going to be changing on the channel for the good and for the better, and so I kind of want to go ahead and kind of want to cover some of that at the end of the video. And if you stick around, I'll even give you a sneak peek at the new logo that will be coming out here pretty soon. So if you stick around for the whole video, you'll get a little bit of a sneak peek of what you're going to start to see coming out of this channel. All right, let's not take any more time, and let's go ahead and Super Bowl, it was actually a fairly decent game. It was one that was really enjoyable to watch. I kind of thought there for a second after Mahomes threw his second interception that Kansas City was pretty much done, but they weren't. And hey, they were the comeback kings this year. They kept playing the comeback kid, and it worked for them all the way up and through the Super Bowl. So congrats to them. And it was really nice to see Andy Reid kind of get that monkey off of his back and be able to win a Super Bowl and win a big game like that. So that was really cool. It was a neat thing, neat experience. It was cool to see Kansas City also get that too. So definitely kind of an awesome thing all the way around. Just kind of a neat experience. And during the Super Bowl, we got a commercial that had come out previously, but it was kind of cool to see it live on air anyways. And it was that commercial with the XFL on Fox, and it was the one with the doctor, and it had Joel Klatt and Curt Menefee, and they were there, and it was all serious about what to do with football withdrawal syndrome and what are you going to do, and that, we've got XFL coming. So it was neat to see that. It's a funny little thing. I probably think it ran on a little long. I think that commercial probably could have been, a half a minute, but they kind of let it linger there, and I think that so the commercial itself being a half a minute, I think would have been a lot better for the impact of the commercial. However, for it to actually sink into the audience that we're going to be getting more football, I definitely think having it a minute commercial, I think that was a good thing for for Fox overall to really get that out. And I've really been impressed with Fox. Fox has really been putting it out there for the XFL and really kind of, putting a lot of content out there and a lot more media out there. ESPN's done a little, but they haven't done as much as Fox. And so I've just kind of really been kind of pleasantly surprised that Fox has really taken the reins on this XFL thing and really pushing it forward. I mean, I guess they do have that big deal with the WWE, but it was just kind of a neat thing to see. And speaking of where you get to see the XFL games, for those of you who are watching this channel out in Canada, hey guys, glad to have you. All you Canadians, I love you guys, and hopefully you guys are staying warm up there in the north. And but yeah, you guys are going to be getting your XFL games. All of them are going to be aired on TSN. So if you get TSN, you're going to be able to watch all your XFL games. You'll be fine. You'll get every one of them, and all of them will be aired on TSN. And I think that's a cool thing. It's a good deal. And that TSN does a really good job up there in Canada, especially if you watch any CFL. So I think that'll be good. Not a lot more detail that I really know of, other than you guys are going to be getting XFL up in Canada too. So don't worry about that. So let's go ahead and let's move on a little bit. We finally, it officially was announced that FanDuel and DraftKings are now taking bets on the XFL. They got all their stuff set up, and we've got some official lines. And, I don't know. We'll definitely get into that, and I'll do my predictions later on in a later video, but let's go ahead and let's look at these lines real quick. So it came out that for our first game, of all of the rebooted XFL. Seattle's a 6.5-point underdog against DC. LA is a 3.5-point underdog at Houston. Tampa Bay is a 1.5-point favorite in New York, and St. Louis is getting 7 points in Dallas. So what do I think about this? Overall, I think that the Seattle one kind of shocks me that Seattle's that far down, but I think DC's that solid of a team. Tampa Bay was kind of the one that shocked me. I think that New York is better than what people think, and St. Louis, they've just had a lot of hardships, so I could see the thing with Dallas. Dallas is a really good, talented team, so that's what we have there. Kind of a neat thing we got going on. We can actually start talking about football stuff, looking at lines and that with it. So I'm totally excited. I'm getting excited. Hopefully you are as well, because I think even though the Super Bowl was actually a really good game, I actually think that with the XFL, we're going to be getting some real fast-paced football, to where we're going to see a lot of back and forth and a lot more action than kind of what we've seen in the NFL. Like I said, I thought that the Super Bowl was a really good game. But for the most part, all in all, a lot of the NFL is a very, very slow, methodical paced type of a game. And, in today's day and age, people want that fast paced, almost fast break basketball style of football, and I think that they're going to get that in the XFL. That's why I'm super excited. I'm super excited to sit down and watch those games on Saturday and get super psyched about these new guys that we're going to be following and all that information. So that's pretty cool. All right, and the last bit of information, which is a cool thing, but it is kind of a little bit of a letdown. The XFL said that they were going to give us more information and release some stuff out this week. Now, who knows? They might still come out and give us some information about fantasy football. But they have released, at least on the iTunes or the App Store for Apple, they've released an XFL app, and the app is pretty much going to have all their exclusive content on it. It's going to have up-to-date live stats, scores, all that information, exclusive kind of content, videos, and things of that nature. A lot of the stuff that we've been getting on the website, but just kind of in a condensed app form, which I think will be good. Sometimes the XFL website can be a little cumbersome to work in. So hopefully when they do the live stats and they do the things that they really pay attention to that and really kind of hone that in, because I feel like that it is a little lacking in the fact that it is kind of cumbersome sometimes to navigate. But the big elephant in the room is that no, guys, there's no XFL fantasy football right now. That's what we're getting. You can go ahead, you can do betting, you can do gambling, you can, I think, do those one day type of a fantasy things, but there isn't any traditional fantasy football out there, obviously, outside of maybe alt sports. But even then, their stuff has kind of been a little bit unreliable because of the heavy traffic. If you kind of refresh your browser and go through stuff, and that still is pretty light, compared to what a lot of people are used to. So unfortunately right now, it's really slim to none when it comes to traditional fantasy football. So if you're looking at doing that type of a thing. So that covers pretty much the XFL news. Now let's go ahead and let's turn things to this channel, because we are really ramping things up. And you haven't heard a whole lot from me this past weekend. Why? It's because I've been trying to get things in place and putting some things in place. We're really kind of changing some things up and doing some things. So I'm going to be changing the channel. I know a lot of you out there have kind of commented and told me, a lot of you from day one, that my channel name, it's hard to remember, it's hard to tell people, it's not kind of something that rolls off the tongue easy, and that with it. So we're changing things up. We are, you're going to see some, I'm still going to keep this set, but we're going to go ahead and this setup, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to have some new setups. I think you're going to like it, to be able to kind of break these games down a little bit more, to really get down in the nuts and the bolts of the games and really break them down. So we're going to have some, different kind of setups in that with it. So you're going to see some new sets. You're going to have some new information coming out, with all that in the next few days. I'm going to be giving details, but the first detail that I'm going to give right off the bat is we're going to be changing the channel up. The channel is going to be changing, and it's going to be changing from TM33 Sports Talk. It's going to be changing to a break in the action sports. And so that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be here on YouTube. I'm pretty excited about that. I think it's going to be neat. We've got a pretty awesome logo. And so, yeah, I really do appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me, and everything that's been going on. You guys have been amazing when it comes to just the support on this channel and watching, and, and being part of the discussion and giving your input in that. It's just been fantastic. And so we are going to be making some changes. So, these next few videos are going to really be the last videos of TM33 Sports, and we're going to be transitioning over to break in the action sports. And I'll definitely be giving you guys more information throughout these next few videos as we transfer over to kind of the new branding, so to say. So that's really kind of all I have to say for today. We're definitely going to keep going on with the videos and the XFL stuff. Definitely get into, once we get roster breakdowns, we'll really start to break down kind of player positions and things of that nature. And really, as this week progresses, we're going to be getting into a lot of fun XFL content. So be tuned into the channel, be paying attention, because we've got a lot of content that will be coming out. We're going to be covering a lot of different things, and definitely give you more information on the XFL, and also the changes that will be happening in this channel. So guys, stay tuned. All right. Well, I know that you're busy, and I know that I'm busy, so let's get on out of here. You have a good night. Bye.